Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this next part of the Outer Worlds playthrough. Before we get into the game, I'd like to thank all the people that do content on YouTube. The Gen Xers, the book people, movie people, TV show people, the people, current events people, everybody who does content on YouTube, whether it's a hobby, whether you are good enough to get financial gain, keep on doing what you're doing. It's great. It's a good thing to have to do. And I enjoy all of you. I also give a special thank you to all the people that watch my channel, that interact, like, subscribe, share, all those things. Thank you very much. And before we get into the gameplay, I want to touch on where we're at. We have just, in the last video, we just completed the quest of getting all the fees for the grave sites, and we leveled up. So I do believe when I was editing the last video, I found that I hadn't used two of the my points or whatever. So we'll do that first thing when we get into this gameplay, and we'll see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we're back. Okay, yeah, see, it's still telling me I got the 2 skill points, which I talked about in the intro to the video. Let's go ahead. We're going to dump these down into our leadership. Now, once a section like leadership, the inspiration, determination, once they hit 50, you got to upgrade them individually, but until you hit 50, they go as a group. I don't put any points into melee or defense simply because of the way I play the game. I don't do a lot of the hand-to-hand or melee type combat. So I put my stuff into my guns, your sciences, dialogue, and stuff like that. That's just the way I play the game. And doesn't necessarily mean you have to play the game that way if you choose to play the game. So let's see what quest we're on. We're doing the... Okay, let's do this. Okay, come on. Come on, Vale. Yeah, I've been not feeling well the last probably about a week now. Started out like with just my sinuses, and it kind of settled into my chest. So yeah. That's one thing about this game. You do a lot of walking. And this quest here, I don't know how long this quest takes, but I'll try to do it all in one video. Oh, right. Oh yeah. We got the shotgun. Go back to the pistol. I got a little bit better range with the pistol. There we go.
Here we go.
Who goes?
Let's see what. Oh. Let's see what this guy up here. Let's go up here, Pavati. Going up. Right there. Alright, where did the... There's the body. At some point we should start finding... an assault rifle. Those... The assault rifle's good to have, they just burn through ammo. So yeah, at some point I will go to the assault rifle, but
Watch out!
Yep, I died. See where it regens me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a detour because we can. Actually,
Here we go.
Now that time it worked out better because that's the reason why I play the game. Once we get leveled up a little bit more. Let's see. Did any of these guys have armor on them? Let's see what they got. Yeah, I understand armor management. Let's see. 3, 4. Body, what's her? 7 and 4. We'll leave her armor alone. We'll go to my armor. It's 4, 3. Switch it out. Give me a little bit better armor there. Journal, see what we got cooking here. Armor management. And item degradation. Okay. I believe we got more marauders, but we're going to take the same route that we did this time. We go here, back to weapons. Because sometimes you just need an assault rifle. Controlled aimed bursts. Because if you don't watch it with an assault rifle, you'll burn through your ammo quick. But it has it does pretty good damage. People that like to do a lot of like close-up hand-to-hand tend to build the character different. They tend to get heavier armor, which as we progress through the game, I'm going to be doing that with my companions.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
And if I don't want to move along?
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
We're getting ready to pick up another quest. This particular quest we're getting ready to pick up is one that I really enjoy doing. I don't know why, I just enjoy it.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
We'll come back to her and get more questions about Zoe here later, but I want to get this See that? It's just, this game is just pretty. Got the sunlight coming through. No, we're not gonna steal.
It's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Maybe.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Okay. Now we're going to go back to see the vicar. Because the reason why I'm doing this, see, the geothermal plant is off that way. And right there is where the vicar's at. What this does is involve random encounters. Games like this, if you go too long without, you know, kind of straying or sandboxing away from your quest or whatever, it will generate just random things to kill or floating bodies. That just make the game interesting, and at the lower levels you need stuff like that to kind of help level up your character. Doesn't look like we're going to get any of this pass through. It's okay, because the vicar is going to give us a quest, which gives us opportunity to help level up. We'll go do the geothermal quest first. Then we'll do the vicar's quest. But I still don't know if I'm going
I've
to...
always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
I like this representation here of this particular solar system. It's just really cool. Somebody did their time and the artwork and incorporated it in the game.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Oh, very serious.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Eventually, we're going to recruit the vicar here as part of our crew. Or, yeah, part of the crew. But not yet. Okay. Yeah, we need to go out the exit by the cannery. We'll go to the geothermal plant. Then we'll get the book for the vicar. And hopefully we'll start piling on some armor. Picking up, finding armor and stuff. He's out this way toward the thermal plant, geothermal plant. Yeah. No, I saw that marauder somewhere. Those guys are not to be trifled with. These primals over here. Yeah, low levels, they smoke you quickly. Ah, there's my marauder buddy. Not buddy. Victim. Okay, buddy.
Last of them.
Let's see what kind of armor we got from them. I got 4, 4, 3, 4. Pavati's armor. 7. We'll go ahead and give her a helmet. I have the settings where it doesn't show the helmet. So. Okay, let's. Okay, where's the jet? There it is. And we'll pick up another quest from the people in the camp. Okay, so we'll get these low-level quests knocked out.
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Here real shortly I'm going to be encumbered, so...
Unexpected. Watch out! Nice one!
Wow.
That's the last of them.
That we know of. We'll go around here. I believe there's some more robots around here. Yep.
Processing.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take care of that real quick. See this in parentheses here is, this is my actual level, the number here 18, but this is my proficiency, and that is upped because A, that I've used these, and B, your companions will can add in subtract from a, depending on the mission. Okay, I messed that one up, so let's revert this. 2 in leadership, 2 in tech, 2 in stealth, 2 here, and 2 here. We'll accept. We'll go over to our perks. We'll go ahead and get that one. Then we enter into this. And we're going to be fighting a whole bunch of robots in this one.
The control room should be off to the right.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
I heard the clanker. There's the clanker.
Here we go. Everyone all right?
I thought I bought 50 rounds of... I did.
Here we go.
Collecting the energy cells will pay off later. You've got to turn on the facility. So I like clearing out a level. See, go through these messages, and even if you, the player, don't read them, it gives the player information that they can use later on in the game. So the terminals are always... Yeah. Yep, I knew those were clankers.
Pass that armor.
Beginning security.
Where are you, Pravati? For me to get up out of here for a minute.
Running suspect sweeping the area.
See, Pravati is going to remain unconscious.
Security patrol in it.
Until this encounter is done with.
Down. Investigating. Sweeping the area.
Yeah, Pravati. Hey, Pravati. Let's go to Pravati. So yeah.
Go away, Phantom!
That's one thing I do in this game is I always make sure my
Go away,
companion.
Phantom! Go away, Phantom! No, 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 just leave me alone.
This guy's crazy.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot, scram. You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
We'll try to persuade him on this one.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I think there might be something. Yeah, there's this here. The bits are money. That's the currency. They call it bits. All right. I hear clinkers in there. Yep.
Roll together.
Security patrol initiated.
Working. That's the last of them.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Yeah, I know. Now we are getting to the point. Yep, more clankers. Where's she at? Yeah, I think that, yeah, there's clankers in here. At least I'm pretty sure there are. I've already been in this room. Okay. Took the wrong door. Copy of the young. Okay. Where we came into this nightmare at. Actually, I think this is where we came in at. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're lost. I'm lost, so let's go up this way, see what we find. We did come in here. Oh, wrong button. Take the ammo, and we'll take the lockpick. Yeah, there's something I am missing. Maybe this door here? Yeah, it's this door. Yeah, that's the problem with, or with me playing the game. There we go. We shouldn't have to deal with the clankers at this point now. They should be killing each other. Okay. Now we just have to turn on all the geothermal stuff. I know I threw one of the levers. There's 2 or 3, I think. Maybe just one. Oh, there's one because this all lights up and I'm missing it somewhere. Okay, there it is. It's the one I was looking for. Yeah. Now to go divert the power. Now there's a module that I took that I'm going to need later in a later quest, so yeah, let's go this way. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. That's no help. Moderate error. Yeah, there is a third lever I've got to find and throw. That door is broken. So we've got to go. Follow our little guide here, floaty green teardrop thing.
Nicely done.
Workbench. routing switch.
The last.
There we go. Now we should be able to divert the power.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
See, this also adds to your, when your companions do that, interrupt you like that, what it does is, by listening to them and going through the dialogue, you get loyalty, earn loyalty, makes their loyalty to you much better.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
See that? See, and that loyalty builds up, and it pays off later. Now we're just scavenging. I'm not going to use my 4 picks on that. What we're going to do is, I believe, yes, there's a ladder here. I think I can get into that room from this side. And more energy cells. That would be interesting. I wonder if that's a real game or if that's just something they did for the game. We'll use 1 pick here.
Nice.
If I remember correctly, the game will adjust its AI to how you play the game. So yeah. Now we gotta go back to I'm gonna turn off that fence. See if I don't know if my tech points are up high enough for me to actually sell. Getting ready to find out. Nope. Where's the door to this building? Is this you? Yeah, this is the right building. This is the building I was wanting. Was it the wrong building? What? There gets a point though, especially if you're like me and you build a very specific type character, that you just become this demigod in combat. And if you outfit your people correctly, your companions, a lot of things start getting crazy.
Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
We'll go talk to him here in a minute.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
We'll get her backstory.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done?
Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Which is actually, which is actual truth.
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
We can do that.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
It's actually
Whoa.
mine.
Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
Nope.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
It was.
2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater and I'm as good as dead to her. You know where to find me.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand. I'll tell you what I can. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. What is it? The matter's been weighing on me. I'm staying put until I know what's become of Zoe. Don't want that question haunting me all the way back to the cannery.
Now where's Stefan at?
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running.
Because you're an idiot.
Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. The other day, I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Hey, I got time.
I think we're good here. So we got that quest. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're always like removing Reed from power. Just because I don't like the guy. I don't like the character, I should say. Then we're going to pick up a couple other quests in town. Then we'll eventually pick Zoe up. We'll get everything done. Let's see, what do I got in my inventory? No. Don't got enough yet to go down there, because that is just a hornet's nest. So we'll go. So we'll go convince Reed to leave town. Then we'll got to go back and tell the deserters that he left town. Then we'll go grab the book and work on a couple of the other quests or one other quest we pick up here in town. And pick up the meds too. Let's go take it. We're gonna have to need some better armor for Fadi.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water.
For now.
I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town. I'm a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. So, Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I am as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
Yep.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
See, Pavati. Okay, I'm looking for the constable's office.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I think this is it here. No, it's a general store. I think this is a bar. Flower shop. Cantina.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
We should keep our voices down.
Yeah, this is.
I've never actually been in here.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Yeah.
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Okay, we'll go to our journal. Set that to our active quest. Okay.
Wish we had some better rations.
Actually, no. We need to go talk to Adeline first. Then once we talk to Adeline and finish this quest here, we'll go ahead and call it a video. This is running long. Then we'll go hunt some fugitives. That'll be in the next video, probably. We'll see if we level up here, though. We may level up in... Then we'll go hunt fugitives. Then we'll go get Zoe. And we got a couple more little things to clean up. Then we'll leave Earth or Terra 2. And yeah, we'll go get berated by Adeline again. Adeline.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Yeah, we also get companion perks too, which is good. We'll go ahead and take care of that. Dialogue 1, 2. So you get perk points on the even number of levels. Give Pavati her perk. Staying alive. Let's see what we've got in the journal. Okay. Okay, now. See, we gotta finish those, get all those knocked out. Then we'll be even this one. So we are gonna do this one in the next video. And until then, everyone be safe, have fun, peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?